Hey, what is up, everybody? Happy Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. I'm glad you guys aren't out shopping, or maybe you are out shopping and you've taken your phone with you, because that's the beauty of mobile devices. But thank you all. It is First Friday, but it's not actually First Friday. Next weekend, I'm going to be with my son at a lacrosse tournament, and so I had to do it this weekend or not at all, because we'll actually be flying during the time that this takes place next week. So thank you guys for hopping in a week early. I appreciate that. Man, what a month it's been. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Want to say hey to Beetle Bailey out there. Beetle, I actually sent you a package. I hope you got it. And Harley FPV, good to see you. My brother Brad from Virginia. Philip is in there. Mike Miller, Artco Drone Solutions. Thank you guys all for hopping in. Maddie's Drone World, TJ Drones, and more. So good for you guys to be here. It is the beginning of the holidays, kind of. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, got to go see some folks that they wanted to hang out with. I actually took my Mavic 3 to Houston to see my folks, but unfortunately it rained the whole time, so I wasn't able to actually fly it at all. So and then we were coming home. I was going to fly it around this water tower in Bastrop, and the traffic was just kind of crazy, so we just decided to keep going because we were running behind. But I'm going to go out and fly a lot over the holidays. I've got Chris Waters, Sunrise Water Media, here in the house with me tonight. Very appreciative of his help. I got to say, I throw this guy a lot of curveballs at the last minute, and he is always just awesome at responding to them. We had a few technical change-ups tonight, and so all of that said, glad you're here. Glad you could join us. I see Steve Carpenter in the house. Good to see you, buddy. JSK Enterprises, Mike Miller. I think I already said Mike's name. Here's what we're going to talk about tonight. I have my friend Philip, my sidekick, is on the line, ready to check in with us. He's been out and about, and he's going to say hi. We've got a lot of information about SpinUp 2021 that we're going to talk about, and some recap videos that Chris put together that are pretty awesome. Going to talk a little bit about the Mavic 3, who's got one. How have you guys been? How's it been going with this? Do you like it? I know that Art got one. I know that Captain Ray Kelly also got one. He won it at SpinUp. I also got this. This is the Pro controller, and I have only been able to fly once with this. Like I said, I was going to fly. It arrived the day before we left for Houston, and I purchased this myself. I had actually had some DJI credits, so I was able to not have to pay 100% full price, but I still, it's not a cheap device, but I love the old smart controller, and I figured I would give this one a shot. We have the Emax Tiny Hawk 3 I want to talk about a little bit. This thing is really a pretty cool little device. We have a Potensic toy drone that I'm going to actually give a couple of those away later. It's right here. It's the A22. These are great little stocking stuffers or just flying around the house during the holidays, line of sight flyers, lots of fun. I'll fly that one in a few minutes, and then we'll give a couple of them away. And then I have this one here. This is from DJI RC. It's kind of a new thing that's they've released. I think there's a few videos out about it. It's called the Smart 16, and it's just a tiny little analog FPV quad that I'm really excited to see. DJI RC did, of course, release the Tiny Go, which is the competitor to the Tiny Hawk 2. Maybe the Tiny Hawk 3 as well. But this is supposed to be a little bit more sporty and a little bit more of a kind of racer, almost maybe more like the Tiny Hawk Freestyles. Anyway, we'll take a look at that too. We've got, of course, 2 Minutes of Hope that we're going to check out, and we've got Subscriber of the Month. So all of those things are coming up, so stick around. But the first thing I want to do is go ahead and bring in my pal from wherever he's at now, Philip, who's on the road. Philip, what's up, man?
Hey, so you mentioned Black Friday. Did you actually see any good Black Friday deals? Because I don't think there were very many, if any, that I saw at least.
I've heard several people say that they expect this to be a very expensive holiday. Like they think a lot of people are going to have to pay more because of supply chain and shortages and order things sooner. I haven't really looked for any Black Friday deals. Honestly, I was traveling to Houston back. But the one thing I did see, and I don't know if you saw this, did you see that DJI came out with a microphone?
I did not. That's interesting.
They came out with a wireless microphone that is designed to work with the Action 2, and it's magnetic. I saw it like 10 minutes before we actually connected with you earlier, and it's the thing that I think is appealing about it is it's supposed to work with the Action 2, which, by the way, Michael Toto from Drone Zone, Fly Zone Drones, won the Action 2, and I'm pretty sure he's got it. So I'm curious to see if anybody who's got an Action 2 actually is going to get one of these microphones. The only video I saw, and I only saw a few minutes of it because I was running short on time, was Potato Jet, and he was riding a bike with it clipped to him. And then he had another one clipped to his girlfriend, and I guess it'll take 2 inputs because it has a left and a right channel. And they were riding on a bike, and it was crystal clear. I mean, you know how normally it sounds all windy when you're riding a bike or doing something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, Doc Murdoch says it's $400. Dang.
Jeez.
$400. I wonder if he's talking about the DJI microphone. I mean, I'm pretty happy. Have you ever used the Rode wireless mics?
I have, yeah. I think I've used yours before.
And what do you think of those?
I think they're great. You can't really complain too much about them. I guess the only thing, like, for certain people, this might be good because they don't necessarily want to do the editing and post. I'd imagine this kind of just puts it all together at once. So if you're not really into editing videos or anything, you could just have this and have it directly go into the camera, and then you don't have to do any work. Your audio is just right there.
I'll tell you what would make it really cool is if, and I don't know if anybody's tried this or if this is even possible, but if you could take it and plug it into the USB port on a smart controller or a regular controller and then do a live stream with that wireless mic going through the controller, that would be really cool. You know what I'm saying? So that you can basically be flying and narrating your flight as you fly. I mean, that'd be great for Chris Hope, who does his morning sunrise flights and all that stuff.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I would imagine they wouldn't let the old smart controller do it. It has to be the new Pro one if they do enable it.
Do you think that could be a software thing, though? Do you think they could make it update for the old one?
Oh, it definitely could be a software thing. Whether or not they will make it a software thing is a different story.
Yeah. It's like they have the option to say, okay, time to get a new device. Well, so just real quick, what is your thoughts on the Mavic 3?
Dude, so funny story. I have not even sold my original Mavic 2 Pro. You know, I replaced it with the Mavic Air 2. Anyway,
Air 2S, the Air 2S,
yeah, the Air 2S, yeah.
Yeah, which is
so
great.
I haven't even sold the old one, and I've just finished paying off the Affirm payment schedule for that one. So I think the wife would kill me if I try to replace it again. I haven't looked too much at the Mavic 3 Pro, but it does seem appealing what I have seen. I'm trying not to tempt myself.
Well, the Air 2S is amazing. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna complain about it. It's got such great performance for such a small package that it's hard to beat. But I mean, what you're talking about here is just super high frame rates and a better camera and that zoom. You know, this thing just zooms. Have you seen the zoom thing on this?
Yeah, I have, and it looks really sleek too. Honestly, that's part of why I buy things, just because they look really cool. That's why I'm an Apple guy, because I like the way it looks, the OS, the products in general. I'm about the aesthetics of it. So that just looks attractive to me, and the fact that you have it in front of you is just making me drool.
And you know, I know you've probably seen this, but this little strap is so cool. As a matter of fact, I don't know who's going to do it, but somebody's got to come up with this strap for every other drone, right? It would make sense for someone to just say, okay, now if you have a folding drone, we're going to make a strap for it, whether it's original equipment and manufacturer or aftermarket. But this is just so smart. I mean, you can't forget that that's on there, right? There's no way to unfold this thing, unlike the little ball that goes over a gimbal, which many times I started it up. Whoops, gimbal's overheating.
And then on top of that, every time I pick up the drone, the props are just going everywhere. So like I'm rubbing it on things, and I'm sure it's tearing up the plastic because it's not that thick of a plastic. But
yeah,
that protects it.
Trying to put them down into your bag. This is a really cool little deal. As I said, I've not had a whole lot of opportunity to play with this yet. I got it right before Thanksgiving, went to Houston, and it rained in Houston, so didn't get to play with it. But the one thing I'm pretty psyched about with this is being able to actually take the HDMI out of the bottom and use the original, the white goggles. You know which one? The original DJI goggles?
Oh, yeah.
They'll take an HDMI in. As a matter of fact, they think the new goggles will take an HDMI in, won't they? Does anybody know? Somebody in the chat. Anyway,
that would be pretty cool,
is being able to fly the Mavic 3 or whatever other compatible drones they're going to have with this, with goggles using just the HDMI out of this. I mean, it'd be even better if they natively connected, but a good workaround. Have you seen this little guy yet?
I have not.
Tiny Hawk 3. Have you ever flown a Tiny Hawk? Did you ever fly any of mine?
I haven't, but I've flown similar, like cheaper, smaller drones, but not an actual Tiny Hawk.
With goggles though?
No, not with goggles.
The nice thing about this guy,
I've actually done net zero flying with FPV goggles, actually, aside from the DJI white ones. Big
thank you to Metro Drones. Thank you, Bill, for the super chat. Happy Friday to you and to everyone else as well. Glad you guys are here. This little guy, like, if you wanted to get something that would be fun to just fly around in your RV and even outside of the RV, this little kit is pretty nice. And I have to say that they've upped their game with the quad. And we have a video review of it. Chris and I put one together. The cool thing about this kit is the remote, the radio, is actually a pretty good quality radio. The goggles are okay. They're not great, but they're okay. But the quad itself is like the improved version of the Tiny Hawk 2, which was fantastic. A lot of people have learned on that. But I would say, Philip, maybe that should be on your Christmas list, because that's not really that's a couple of $100, and once you get going with it, you can buy better equipment and not have to replace it. Like, in other words, get a pair of goggles you'll use all the time if you wanted to. Not something you're interested in?
You mentioned it'd be fun flying around the RV, but I don't think you've heard Butters freak out. She's gotten worse, actually.
I've heard her freak out. I have heard her freak out. Not recently, but yeah. So where are you guys anyway?
We're outside of Orlando. So basically about 5 miles away from Disney and about 10 miles away from Universal.
Nice.
Orlando.
Well, I have to ask, because I don't remember. It was quite a whirlwind of a day for me. What did you see, or do you know about SpinUp?
So I made it halfway through, actually, before I had to take off, and I haven't had a chance to keep watching it. But I think the most cool thing that I saw. Don't get mad at me. I think the most cool thing I saw was the drone that you can actually fly in. The guy from Austin.
Yeah,
that was the coolest thing I recall seeing, for sure. And I might actually have to make a trip to Austin just to fly in that thing.
Well,
it sounds like there's already like a reservation list, and it'd be hard to get in without knowing Kelly, you know.
Lift Aircraft, that's the website. And I'm not mad, actually. I'm just bummed because I think we actually got the audio working better in the afternoon. So you probably had the bad audio part and not the good audio part. But what a great time. We had, I see Geeks Vana in the house. We had so many great guests. Geeks Vana did an entire pre-show that happened the morning before the event. Really, really great. Appreciating that. And then he popped in throughout the day, and then speakers were great. But really what made it so much fun was just seeing all these folks who had gotten to know each other over the course of the year or 2 years finally meet in person, right? I mean, you've been to the others, you know what that's like to see that happen. It's just such a kind of magical thing to see these folks, you know, who know each other online, actually seeing each other in person. That was
it's great. And I'm upset that I missed it, but there wasn't a way for me to feasibly get there. As much as I'm upset, it wasn't convenient this year. Tell you what, though, if you get that drone helicopter there next year in person, even if they're charging for the flights, just watching people fly in it would be really cool. And I would get a ticket to there in a heartbeat to see that thing fly.
Would you get in it and fly it?
Yeah, I would.
You would do it? Okay. All right, cool. There you go. You have it here, folks. Philip's not afraid to, would you fly it? Well, we have a few clips from SpinUp that I'd like to share with everybody. And by the way, again, thank you to everybody who sent me pictures. I've gotten a lot of pictures. I've gotten different clips. These are actually clips from the program that Chris pulled out that we just thought would be fun to watch. So let's check a few of them out. Let's see the first one, Chris.
This man, can you just talk for us for a second? He has the sexiest voice on the planet.
Hi there, my name is Sean. I'm from Texas. It's great to see you all today. Is that what you mean, Kelly?
That's what I mean. I mean. Oh, goodness. All right.
All right. So Sean, always the wise guy. But don't you agree he has a sexy voice?
I couldn't hear it, but in general, yes, he does have a sexy voice. I couldn't hear it this time.
Oh yeah. So try this real quick, Chris. If you go up to the top and go to Window and then Rendezvous dashboard, and then change the audio source for him to program or live output. Yeah, and then turn off the other one. Make sure you're not sending both. Okay, we'll try this now, Philip, and see if this works better. All right, let's take a look at the next one then and see if he can hear it this time.
Flying drones again, up in the air where life is calm again. Don't want to come back down until fun's done, and then we just want to fly our drones again. We just want to fly our drones again. We just want to fly our drones again.
It's a ukulele mosh pit. Dennis! Love lady! Hey! Wow!
So Dennis Lovelady killed it with that
song.
song. Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, that was great. That was one of the highlights too of SpinUp of what I saw.
Oh, now I can't hear Philip. Go ahead and just bring up my audio. I'll just double myself. Yeah, there we go. Philip, talk for me.
Okay, I'm talking.
Okay, cool. So you've heard Dennis play the ukulele before.
Yeah. Oh, not before SpinUp, but I've heard it at SpinUp. That was really good. That was one of the highlights of SpinUp for me. Aside from the drone.
You know, he can actually sing, and that's the thing is people kind of were surprised at how bad my singing is, because every song I've ever put out had some overdubbing or someone else singing to keep it sound better. Like the Ready, Set, Drone song is not me singing.
I didn't want to say it, but the song that I think it was after that one was really bad.
You mean the camera drone song?
The one where you sang with live, that was terrible.
It was pretty bad. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go on to the next clip.
I think Ken and we punch him back in the face a lot of times. And maybe it's not the right thing to do. We could take the high road. I prefer to burn the high road down and then just build a bridge over it with a new development. But it's all about how you handle it. But that's the problem. Everybody, it's YouTube. It's YouTube for a reason. You make it however you want it to be. And I encourage you all, just handle it however the hell you want.
So you want to guess what he was talking about there?
I did not see that part, so I don't know the context.
I think he was talking about how you handle haters.
Oh, like me?
Yeah. When the haters come in the comments, there's a certain way to handle them, and that's how Dono does it. But it was a good question. It was basically a panel of YouTubers, and they were asking questions about how you handle different things, and that was one of them. But it was fun to see that. I think we have another clip from the panel.
And things like this motivate me to meet everyone face to face. That's what keeps me going. It's also good to put a face with the thumbs down.
And then at the very end of it, record the intro again. And sometimes that second time after it's in my brain, I have a better way of saying it, and it kind of comes out better. But I'm horrible at talking on camera without messing up. And actually, this is the longest sentence I've had in a long time without me messing up. Wow.
Ed, way to go.
But usually it's like 4 or 5 different times I have to say the exact same thing.
Ed, like
rough.
food.
Sorry?
So you've heard me in front of the camera messing up again and again. You know what that's like.
I think everyone who does videos experiences that. Even myself, the prime fast talker, always on the ball with my words. I screw up sometimes too. So
What?
I totally get that. Every time that I shot a video, I literally had to record it 5 or 6 times, like the different pieces of it, in order for me to find a shot that I actually liked.
Yeah.
And
It can
speaking
get
of video,
kind of ugly.
I do want to apologize for this crappy video of me talking. Even though I am in Orlando and I have perfect signal with my 5G, the tower's just overwhelmed because Orlando is just a cesspool full of people.
What was the purpose of going to Orlando? To go to the theme parks?
We were thinking about going to Disney. We ended up just going to Universal while we were here, but we're going to be back in the area next year when it should be a little bit less busy at Disney. But Universal Orlando is actually really fun. We went to both of the normal theme parks that they have there. There's not a lot of normal rides that you would see at something like Six Flags or Cedar Fair Park, but they have a bunch of themed rides and a bunch of 4D rides that are really cool.
Oh, nice.
But
so lots of
honestly,
technology.
Seriously, some of the rides, I took off the glasses and I would just look around at how the ride worked instead of actually paying attention to the show, just because it was that cool. So that's kind of the engineer in me. It's like, oh, well, I'm on a roller coaster track and the track is actually moving downwards, sideways, instead of being stationary. And that was the coolest thing to me. And then there was one ride where it's actually like you're on like a scissor lift kind of jack thing, but it moves you around all over the place. And there's pieces of it where there's a screen that's round and it moves with you. So you're moving sideways. The round screen is moving sideways at the same time.
Whoa.
And they keep the ride progressing while you're basically watching a movie, experiencing the up and down, and the whole screen and projector interface is moving with you. That was super cool. So they do a lot of really cool stuff there in terms of technology that was really awe-inspiring, I would say.
The only time I ever went to Orlando, well, Disney in Orlando, was 1984. And the thing I was most impressed by, and this was at Epcot, they had this fountain with water that would leap out of one tube and into another. I was really blown away by that.
They have that everywhere. I'm sure it was cool back in your day, but nowadays that's not that cool.
That's not it. It needs to have like a drone show going behind it or something. Thank you to Geeks Fauna. 5 pounds. That's probably like $60. So thanks, man. Let's take a look at the next clip.
But YouTube actually does a thing now where it makes it really easy. You just check comments you have not responded to, and poof, it puts you in a list.
And it actually pre-populates. I don't know if you guys know this, but never mind. It pre-populates responses. Like it'll say, "That sounds awesome." I mean, it's like really, it's really weird. Some of the pre-populated,
weird sometimes.
Oh, I just love to click them at random. My cat just died, and I'm really sad. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. I don't know how many people actually use those pre-populated comments, but I use them all the time.
Honestly, if you weren't using them, you'd probably be saying the same thing, so it makes sense.
Honestly, the AI that goes into it works pretty well. It's amazing. Let's see the next clip.
Kelly, let's see your NDA face again. I asked him like yesterday, do you have the Mavic 3? He's like,
let's see your jealous face.
Oh, that was a burn. Yeah. Hey, Ben T, thank you for the Tender Car Lipo Charger on the Super Chat Express. Oh, the Tender Car. That's the thing that keeps it going. That's the second one, right? After the engine? Do you know?
I don't know.
It's like the one with all the coal in it, I think. Anyway, thank you, Ben T. All right, got a couple more clips from SpinUp. Let's take a look.
I've watched all 5 of these guys' channel, and every one of them has been helpful.
Who's the best?
Oh, geez. I can't, no, they're all great. They're all great.
What do you mean they?
Well, you are too. You are too. Well, actually, Kelly, you are the best because you gave me some free stuff.
Oh! There you go.
All right. Nothing like free stuff to win hearts and minds, right?
Yep. That's how you won me. I had 5 or 6 of your T-shirts.
That's
and
right.
A hat and a frisbee.
You do have a lot of swag. I'm getting some new swag for 2022. Any suggestions?
I still want a Yeti. I still want to race that drone Yeti, and I did not get one.
Okay.
Very upset.
Right. Well, I'm out of the black coffee mugs, but I'm actually thinking about doing bigger tumblers with the logo on the side. So would you want one of those? Like one of those things you can take out full of water. You're going to go fly and you want a container of water that will keep it cold. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I've got one of the 64-ounce versions of that, and it's huge. But
yeah,
I could use a smaller one.
32.
64 ounce is ridiculous.
Yeah. You're not going to drink 64 ounces unless you're spending the night or something. All right. Yeah. Let's see. I think it's the last clip or next to the last clip. All right. We have 2 more. Let's check them out.
First one to hit the ground 3 times loses. And, oh, Rodney with the shot. Keep going, though. Keep going. Rodney, I'll let you keep that gun. Next drone to touch the ground loses. Oh! All right, you guys finish up your rounds.
Everybody needs a microphone to get me.
Oh! So we'll do it one more time at the end. But that said, I'm going to intro our next speaker. All right, Captain Ray. Disarm. Disarm. Take these away. All right.
So I don't know if you know that we shot tiny whoops or little guys like this out of the air with Nerf guns. Did you see that part?
I did not see that, but that shot was really good.
It was.
I didn't see who was shooting it, but
that was Rodney Bell. He had quite the shot. And by the way, I'm giving 2 of these away later. These are Potenzics, and I just turned this one on earlier for the first time. Check out that light. And it's got these little lights on the top, and then
nice.
When you arm it, they change colors, I think. Oh, come on. You got it. Oh, I might need to change the battery because I flew it a bunch and didn't recharge it. But it's a pretty cool little guy. So last clip I want to show is one of my favorites from the entire day. It was our biggest grand prize winner, who I believe, well, I know because he told me the prize has arrived. But it was pretty cool because I didn't draw the name. One of the speakers did. And everybody went kind of nuts when he won. So let's take a look.
We have a big giveaway that we're going to do here at the end of the day. Have you heard of the Mavic 3?
I've heard of it.
It just came out. And we are going to give one away.
It's a drone, right?
It is the drone of the moment. It's very expensive. DJI is a sponsor of this event. And so I want to let you draw the last name in the big bucket of names. So I think this definitely deserves a desk. Thank you.
Try to screw it up.
Don't screw it up. One name.
Just one? Just one?
Elijah May.
Ray Kelly. Did I get it right?
You got it, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Captain Ray. That was good.
Thank you, Kelly, and all your helpers.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome because everybody knows Captain Ray Kelly. He lives on the beach. He hosts his own drone meetup, which is happening April 2nd, 2022. So if you want to join it. Oh, you're going to be in that area, right? In Florida?
Yeah, I'm going to, hang on a second. I don't think I'll be there in March. We'll probably be heading.
This is April 2nd.
We won't, April 2nd. I definitely won't be there then. We're heading up. We're finally closing on the property.
Oh, the one up in Michigan.
So we'll probably be heading up that way around that time.
Well, that's awesome. So all of those clips were just phenomenal. And that's really just a testament to how great that audience was. Chris, are you able to mute me again? Yeah, and then okay, that's better because I keep hearing myself. And then go back to the go back up to the window, and then the dashboard, and then yeah, and then let's see, external headphone. Talk for me, Philip.
I'm talking.
Okay, cool. Now I can hear you. Now I was hearing myself a lot, and it was really throwing off my talking. Anyway, congrats again to everyone who won a prize. I know that the DJI FPV, which went to Ben, not Ben T, but a different Ben. The DJI FPV was won and has not shipped out yet. I will find out on Monday what's going on with that and get it shipped out. It was Ben from Fort Worth who won that one, and he sent me an email, and I haven't replied to him yet because I want to get him an answer. But that's the only prize. I believe all of the Emacs stuff was shipped out. I know I shipped out all the T-shirts for people that weren't able to come, who still got a T-shirt. Philip, I still have a T-shirt for you if you still want one. I just need to get an address or something so I can send it to you. Maybe I'll send it along with my new Yeti once I get it. And then I need to get that DJI FPV sent out to Ben from Fort Worth. So all of that said, I think we should talk about potentially giving this little guy away. Philip, will you talk to everybody for a second while I go grab another battery so I can fly this? It'll only take me a second. Entertain the crowd, Philip. Is he frozen? Oh, the timing. Goodness. Chris, can you hand me that battery? It's right down there on the charger. So I just want to show everybody this little, Philip, are you frozen? Can you refresh yourself or do something? He does look like he's frozen. What timing too. Thank you. Go back, Chris, real quick. Just see if, go back to that window, the dashboard window, and let's see if he's frozen there too. All right. Then you might just close that and then just go to me full screen, and that'll be better for this anyway. So I want to show all you guys this little Potenzic drone. This is the A22. I'm working on a review of it. I love these little line of sight drones for something to play with over the holidays, something to give to kids, put in stockings, all that sort of thing. This one right here has some cool LEDs on it. The battery door is a little challenging to get open, which I just got it open. It's a little tiny 1S battery. You can see it right there. It does come with 2 of them, which is nice. And it has, go back to me. Go back up to me. Yeah, and then take it. Okay, now it should be gone. Yep. Yeah, it's gone. I can see that. Hey, sorry guys. That was a little bit of a technical issue there. We accidentally played the wrong file. Anyway, what I was talking about was this little Potenzic A22. I'm going to give 2 of these things away here in just a few minutes, and I'm going to announce the subscriber of the month, and we're going to see if we can get this thing in the air. I just got a new battery in it. It does come with 2. I had them both charged. So let's see if this is enough to make this thing actually take off. So I think you just hold this little button down on the back. You close the battery door, and let's see if it will. All right, turning that off and on. There we go. All right, it's got different flight rates. Look at how bright that light is. My goodness, you can really see it there. Let's see if I can bring it right up to the camera. It's really drifting right for some reason. I need to trim it to the left. Hold on. See if I can bring it back here. Left, 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 left. Come on, left, 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 left. Maybe I didn't have it quite flat when I set it down, and it's also going backwards, going forwards. I don't know if it'll do a flip. Let's see if it'll do a flip. Let's see if I can. Oh, it does flip. Hold on, let me see if I can flip it on camera. Here we go. Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to give away 2 of these. Oh, but before I do that, I'm going to actually see if I can catch it in my mouth because that's what you guys want, right? Who wants me to catch this in my mouth? Here we go. Take it up, and here we go. It's coming towards me. Bringing it down. One more try. All right, there you go. I don't know why I like doing that, but it's you have to have ducted propellers. It works much better. And I'll give you guys one that is spit free. So we're gonna tell you how you can win this thing in just a minute. So stick around. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead. And what we'll do is we will play 2 Minutes of Hope because that's what I was accidentally playing just a few minutes ago. For everyone who doesn't know about 2 Minutes of Hope, Chris Hope has been such a great, first of all, member of this community. He made the most awesome knife for several people, but he made one in honor of Rick Halber that actually went to Steve Carpenter, and he sent me a really cool picture of Steve with it. And that was pretty neat to see. Chris also does 2 Minutes of Hope, which is a little video sequence that we put out every month, and we're going to check it out now. So let's see 2 Minutes of Hope. Hey, Chris Hope, man, thank you. That was a great little recap with some really nice pictures, and there were pictures in there that included the reception or the first night we all got together on Friday, which that was so great because there were so many people meeting for the first time there. Thank you for sending 2 Minutes of Hope. If you aren't already a subscriber to Chris Hope's YouTube channel, you should be. He posts those afterwards. He does some awesome lives and just has some great content. So thank you to Chris Hope. TJ Miller or TJ Drones and More, thank you for sending over the video that you sent. Unfortunately, we at this point can't get it into the system, but we will save it and we will play it on the very next First Friday or at some other point. So it will get played. So be sure to tune in. I would like to now give away the first of these two, the one that doesn't have spit on it, because I have several of these. This one's still in the box. You hear that? That's a brand new one in the box. I'm going to keep this one and use it as my mouth catcher. And we're going to do this. We're going to give away two of them. The first one we're going to give away, we're going to do it as a through the live chat. So you have to answer this question in the live chat. First one answered in the live chat will be the winner. And then the second one we will give away will be through an email because it's a more complicated question. And so you'll have to figure it out and email it to me. So here goes question number 1. To win the first one of these, I'll ship it out to you later this week if you get it. And even if you live overseas, I will ship it to you. You can ask Geeks Fauna. It might take a few months to get to you, but you know, and this also would make just a nice flashlight. You see that? That's a pretty bright little light that it has. So the answer or the question I'm going to ask is, in my recent skateboard video, there is a message written in a piece of concrete, something you can read. It's a word and a number. I'll give you that hint. It's a word and a number in the concrete, and the first person who puts that word and number that is in the concrete, and you'll see it if you watch the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Look for a word and a number in the concrete in the skateboard video. First one that puts it in the chat is going to be the winner. Chris, can you see the chat? Okay, so we're going to keep an eye out for that person. And while we're keeping an eye out for that person, I'm going to go ahead and announce the subscriber of the month. Now, this is somebody that I've gotten to know over the past year, someone who has been to one of the Texas meetups. Actually, well, yeah, I think at least one, maybe more than one, at least one that I was at. And the Texas meetup down in Canyon Lake, which is awesome, usually put on by Kai. I don't know if he's had one recently. I'm hoping he'll have one in December because I should have time to go to it. John 3:16. Thanks, Sam. That's good. But that's not the right answer. So the oh, no worries, Philip, you froze. Thank you for the super chat, though. But USA #1, that's good. Maddie's Drone World, not the right answer. But the person that is the subscriber of the month. Now, the subscriber of the month typically gets a prize package that includes like t-shirts, hats, sometimes some toy drones, sometimes some other stuff, definitely Yeti mug, all that stuff. This subscriber of the month is, we don't have a drum roll on there, but we have a cheering thing, don't we? Okay, you ready for this? All right. It is a guy from here in Texas who, like I said, I've met in person, who I can't wait to fly with again. It's Ben T, subscriber of the month for really November, December, because this will be the last show of the year. But Ben T, congrats to you. Thanks for being. Oh, Beetle Bailey won. Trucker Beetle Bailey, Shores 2019. You got it. So congrats to Ben T. I will connect with you and get you a prize package. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for being a subscriber and for watching. I saw you in the chat earlier. And then congrats to Beetle Bailey for Matt Bagwell got it second, but Beetle was first to the punch. I actually just sent a package to him not too long ago, so I'll be sending another package very soon. Congrats. Actually, you know what? I think I might have actually sent you one of these already. So we'll talk anyway. Congrats on Shores 2019 is what it was. It was in the cement. We poured some cement on our sidewalk, and we wrote our name in 2019 on it. So congrats to Trucker Beetle Bailey, and congrats to Ben T for being such an awesome supporter of the channel, subscriber of the month, and also someone who he and I worked very similar jobs. We did a lot of technical video stuff back in the day, believe it or not. You might not know that from as kind of seat of the pants as these live streams can be, but back in the day we were doing it with 3/4 inch tape and reel to reel and all that stuff. So the second winner of one of these things is going to have to send me an email, and that email will answer the following question. And it actually won't take you very long to figure it out, but you'll have to know your YouTubers in order to figure it out. What I'd like to know is who all the names of every person besides me that appears in the Camera Drone Song video. So you go and watch the Camera Drone Song video and tell me the list of names of everybody who appeared in it, all the different people, and you'll have to know your YouTubers because it's a whole bunch of different YouTubers, and yeah, mostly YouTubers. So everyone here, all of these folks are in the drone community. And so they'll be the people that are in the video that aren't me. Give me that list. Email that to contest@readysetdrone.com, contest@readysetdrone.com. And then tomorrow I will look for the first person to answer correctly, and they will also win a Potensic thing. Plus, if you haven't seen that video, you got to go check it out. It's called Camera Drone. It was a parody of Paul Simon's Kodachrome. And then to make it even more interesting, you need to go over and watch the behind the scenes that Sunrise Water Media did, because it's pretty funny and it's fun to see us actually making that video. There were lots of little things that happened in it during the making that were pretty interesting, in my opinion. I enjoyed the behind the scenes as much as the original video. So put all the lists. Yes, Doc Murdoch says you're disqualified. You can't win. Put all the names of the people who were in that video aside from me, and send it to me, contest@readysetdrone, and I will announce a winner. Sorry, this sorry this was a little bit of a short show tonight. I just got back from Houston a couple hours ago and put this together. I was hoping to be able to do it on First Friday, but because I'm going to my son's lacrosse tournament next weekend, I couldn't do it next weekend, so we decided to do it tonight. This will be the last live show of the year, although I'm hoping to put out a lot of regular content, and then the first Friday will be the first Friday of January 2022. I hope you all can join us. I'm going to make that one big. We're going to have a lot of new content, a lot of new, like a new countdown reel, new winners of prizes, a lot of new stuff that we're coming out with for 2022. So hope you can join us then. I hope you all have a very safe holiday. You all take care of yourselves. I really do love this community. You guys mean the world to me. I appreciate everyone who joined in tonight. And as they say, don't fly alone, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends is the life for me, 'cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Goggles and rotors and FPV, props and motors and ESCs, gimbals and cameras are what we use to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. How will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, set, drone, spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, what's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends is the life for me, 'cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Ready Set Drone, spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, what's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free.